This is a review for Dragon's Dogma 2. After my initial hours of playing, so don't worry, there's no spoilers. I'll do another review with spoilers once I've finished the game, so stay tuned for that. I'll start by saying that I am a man. I love medieval settings and fantasy alike, so this is the game that I was looking forward to a lot. And I gotta say that I am 100% into this game. Yeah, it has its flaws, but we'll talk about those later.
This might be the most original game I've tried in a while.
The combat is very different to what I'm used to, the world, the way that you traverse it. There's a ton of things to love about this game, and others, well, not so much, but that doesn't stop it from being really entertaining. I want to start with the pawn system, and I gotta say it's just incredible. They might be repetitive sometimes, and others a little buggy. But they are super useful. It is nice to see a change from the games that I usually play where it's you alone against the world. Here you have your companions, and they are really useful. They can help you in battle, heal you, guide you, collect resources, you name it.
And you can hire some pawns that you encounter around the world.
Hire some from other players, or straight up create your own.
I created Laius and Marcel from Delicious in Dungeons because, I don't know, I thought it would fit.
You can also determine what their personalities are going to be like, so they can have a more aggressive or supportive playstyle. The classes from which you can play in this game are very different. I am playing as a warrior myself, but I've seen gameplay from other classes, and the variety is great. The armors and weapons that you can use depend on your vocation, so that might be a little disappointing if you like fashion, but I like this decision, since it creates a better atmosphere. It's not like a warrior would go around wearing a long robe or a mage wearing heavy armor. It just makes sense after all. I don't like that the spells and magic get in your camera all the time because I literally can't see a thing. They should have found a solution for these. There is no lock on to enemies, and you have a stamina, but this isn't the normal stamina that you use to roll away from attacks. Hell, you can't even roll. The stamina here is used to run, climb monsters, and perform special movements. And once you run out of it, you're basically out of combat for some time. So you really need to be careful about that. I haven't talked about this, but yeah, you can climb monsters. This feature is awesome. I haven't encountered that many big enemies, and the ones that I did completely obliterated me, but it was really fun.
There's parkour in the game that I wasn't expecting at all. And the control of the character is very good and fluid.
And that's just the start. You can unlock a bunch of awesome moves and abilities. For example, you can use your shield to negate some fall damage like freaking Captain America. Or throw your pawns into the air so they can actually reach some cool places. I feel like no other game has ever done that, and it's so cool to see. But also with the combat comes a big problem that the game has. And that's the freaking annoying goblins. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with these guys? I don't think I've traveled more than a minute without them ambushing me. And the bad thing is that fighting goblins is extremely boring and repetitive. I understand that I cannot fight bigger enemies now, but there's no need to put them everywhere. Another thing that I'm liking but not entirely is NPCs. The world actually kind of feels alive. You have encounters with characters in many places and you can interact with them. Of course, it's not Red Dead Redemption level, but they kind of feel like robots. Even their animations are really bad. And I also think that the game would have benefited a ton from an actual character with a voice actor. I mean, you could still create your own, but maybe have a male voice and a female one? I don't know, but it seems more fitting. I understand that then you could have Pikachus with a voice that wouldn't suit, but you are an important person in this world.
You get these moments where you're standing in front of a conversation and it's just super awkward. You are just there, existing.
And there are scenes and dialogues with choices. I truly don't think that a speechless character was the right choice. And one last little complaint is performance. Of course, it's playable, but you can actually feel the frame drop when there's a lot of stuff happening on the screen. And that's coming from someone who loves Bloodborne.
Sony, please? I know you hate us, but please?
I will also add that since the game is very original, it might be confusing at times. For example, you can only use the campsites once, you have to manage an inventory system, you don't have a horse to traverse, and so on. Again, I'm not saying this is a negative, but if you're gonna play this game, you gotta keep that in mind. And those are pretty much my thoughts up till this point. I've been really enjoying the game. It is a bit clunky and it has its flaws, like I said, but I'm having a great time and that's what matters at the end of the day. So, have you tried it? And if so, what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button and the Valley Night, and I'll see you in the next video.